Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well on this Saturday evening or whenever you're watching. And we're going to bring you another one of our Bob Gibson Year the Pitcher 1968 games. Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well on this. Sound check went well. We're using a new second screen. Excellent. So the year of the pitcher, 1968, as this is the Bob Gibson Denny McLain Challenge. And this is Strat-O-Matic Baseball. The 1968 Cardinals and Bob Gibson will take on the 2017 Minnesota Twins and Ervin Santana. This is start 10 out of 24. So let's get to the starting lineups and play ball. For the visiting St. Louis Cardinals, leading off, playing left field, Lou Brock. In 1968, Brock batted .279, 6 home runs, and 51 ribbies. Batting second, playing center field, Curt Flood. .301, 5 home runs, and 60 runners knocked in. Batting third, the right fielder, Roger Maris. .255, 5 home runs, 45 runners driven in. This would be his last year in Major League Baseball. Batting fourth, the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. .248, 16 home runs, 73 ribbies. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Tim McCarver. .253, 5 home runs, 48 ribbies. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Mike Shannon. .266, 15 home runs, 79 runners knocked in. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Julian Javier. .260, 4 home runs, 52 runners knocked in. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Johnny Edwards. .239, 3 home runs, 29 runners knocked in. If you're new to this project, we have a designated hitter, as the whole point of this project is to see Gibson and McLain pitch. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Dal Maxville. .253, 1 home run, 24 runners knocked in. On the mound for the Minnesota Twins, who have already taken on the 1968 Detroit Tigers, and I say check that out. Was not one of Denny McLain's stellar starts. Ervin Santana, and Santana was 16-8 with a 3.28 earned run average. He gave up 31 gopher balls, striking out 167, walking 61. Behind the plate is Castro with a -2 arm. Mauer's at first. Dozier is at second, Polanco is at short, and Sano is at third. Rosario's in left with a -2 arm. Buxton is in center with a -3 arm, and Kepler is in right with a -1 arm. And in the chat, we have Moni G joining us. Hello, Moni. Hope all is well. And also Clinton Parks. He asks, have you thought of moving this to Out of the Ballpark? No, this is a Strat-O-Matic project. I have Out of the Ballpark. We've been doing a few Sandy Koufax things. We still have our Ted Williams. And we'll be adding more to that because I love that game so much individual. But I do enjoy this, and I want to keep this on Strat. We will be throwing some Bob Gibson here, the pitcher, along with Denny McLain on Out of the Ballpark. But it will not be this project. It will be against, some of like Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire. The same thing we did with Sandy Koufax. So here's Lou Brock. Brock in the project batting .300, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Twins defense in the infield, outfield, straightaway and normal. Brock's looking for a 2-4 column. Santana gets the sign from Castro. Here's the ball game on its way. Here's the pitch to Lou Brock, and that is a 3 column and a 6. So it's a 3-6 off the Brock card, 3-6. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. So Santana strikes out Brock, starts the game off in style if you're a Twins fan. Stepping to the plate is Curt Flood. Flood's batting .237, no homers, 6 ribbies. Corners move in, Flood's a B bunter. Sano in at third, Mauer's in at first. Santana picks up the sign from Castro. He kicks and deals to Flood. Flood looking for the 1-4, and he gets a 3 column and a 7. So it's a 3-7 off the Flood card. 1 out, no one on, 3-7. And that's a fly ball out to left. Rosario moves to his left a bit, makes the catch, 2 down. So 2 outs, base is empty for Roger Maris last year in Major League Baseball. Maris in the project, batting .219 with 3 ribbies, no home runs. Back getting a little hot now. He was well below 200 early in this project. Maris, left-handed batter. Here's the pitch from Santana to Maris. Maris looking for the 2-4 column. He instead gets a 1 column and a 9. A 1-9 to Roger Maris off his card. Santana looking for a 1-2-3 inning. That's a ground ball to Dozier. He picks it up, throws to Mauer, side retired. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the Minnesota Twins lineup. Batting first, playing second base, Brian Dozier, .269, 34 home runs, 93 ribbies. Batting second, the right fielder, Max Kempler, .243, 19 home runs, 69 RBI. Batting third, the first baseman, Joe Mauer, .305, 7 homers, 71 runners knocked in. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Miguel Sano, .264, 28 home runs, 77 runners knocked in. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Kenys Vargas, .253, 11 home runs, 41 runners knocked in. Batting sixth, playing left field, Eddie Rosario, .290, 27 round trippers, and 78 runners crossed the plate. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Jorge Polanco, .256, 13 home runs, 74 RBI. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Jason Castro, .242, 10 home runs, 47 runners knocked in. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Byron Buxton, .253, 16 home runs, and 51 ribbies. On the mound, Bob Gibson. And Bob Gibson, in this project, this is his 10th start. He is 7-1 with 1 no decision. Cardinals did win that game, though. And he has a 1.49 earned run average in 78 innings. 48 hits have been given up. He's walked 26, struck out 80, and given up 2 gopher balls. In 1968, he was 22-9 with a 1.12 earned run average. 11 home runs he gave up, striking out 268, walking 62. Behind the plate, Tim McCarver with a +1 arm. Cepeda's at first, Javier's at second, Maxwell's at short, Shannon's at third. The usual suspects round out the infield. Now we go to the outfield, left to right. Again, the usual suspects. Brock in left with a +1 arm. Curt Flood's in center, a -1 arm. And Roger Maris is in right with a -2 arm. So here is Brian Dozier. Dozier against Denny McLain is batted 600 off McLain with a home run and 2 ribbies. Let's see how he'll do against the intense one, Bob Gibson. Dozier's looking for a 3-4 column. Gibson rocks and fires. And Dozier gets a 4 column of choice, and a 9. A 4-9, so he's going to get a pitch to look at here. 4-9 from Gibson to Dozier. And he looks at that pitch, go in the catcher's mitt, swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. Max Kempler steps to the plate. Kempler batted 500 off McLain with a ribby. He's looking for the 2-4 column, left-handed batter. Gibson gets a sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Kempler, and that is a 4 again. A Twins batter is going to get a pitch to look at, so that is a 4-8 to Kempler. 1 out, no one on, bottom of the first. And Kempler will strike this ball hard, and that is a 15. So Kempler waits on the curveball, lines to Cepeda. What a catch by Orlando Cepeda, the baby bull. Great reaction. A step and a dive towards the the foul line, preventing that ball from going down the right field corner. So 2 outs, base is empty for Joe Mauer. Mauer batted 600 off of Denny McLain with a ribby and a double. Mauer trying to keep the inning alive. Bob Gibson wants a 1-2-3 inning. Gibson rocks and deals to Mauer, looking for the 1-4, and it is a 3 column and a 10 off the Mauer card. 3-10 from Gibson to Mauer. And Mauer has an opportunity for a single here as he hits this ball hard, and that's a 14. And that's a line shot to Javier, right at him. 1-2-3, go the Twins. We go to the top of the second, scoreless here in Minnesota. So the Twins hit Gibson pretty hard, but nothing to show for it. And due up for the Cardinals, Cepeda, McCarver, and Shannon to face Ervin, Santana. Cepeda is looking for the 2-4 column. Here's the pitch from Santana, the baby bull, and it is a 3 and an 11. So it's a 3-11 that Santana deals to Cepeda. 3-11. Ground ball to Polanco at short. Over to Mauer, 1 down. Here comes the catcher, Tim McCarver. He's batting .229 in this project. No home runs, 5 ribbies, left-handed batting catcher. Santana is ready to work. Here's the pitch. McCarver looking for the 3-4, and it is a 6-5 off the Santana card. 6-5 to McCarver. 1 out, no one on. And McCarver's jammed, and that's a pop-up to Dozier at second. He makes the catch on the outfield grass. 2 down. So 2 outs, no one on. Striding to the plate, Cardinal third baseman Mike Shannon. He's batting .281 with a home run and 3 ribbies. He awaits the Santana offering, looking for the 3-4. Santana kicks and fires to Shannon. It's a 4 and a 4. Off the Santana card, 4-4. Shannon wants more. And that'll be a fly ball out to center field, and Buxton, who's an excellent fielder. There's not a hit on that range column. And that is a 20. So he's racing towards the gap. He has a beat on it. He's going to make a dive at it. Here's the error check. And that is a 12. No error. Let's see if he makes the catch. As that ball is going to right center field, Buxton racing back, and he makes the diving catch. Side retired, robbing extra bases from Shannon. We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless here in Minnesota. Due up for the Twins, Sano, Vargas, and Rosario. Sano batted .333 off Denny McLain. Who didn't hit Denny McLain in that game? And he had a home run and 3 ribbies. He awaits the Gibson offering, looking for the 2-4 column. Gibby deals to Sano. and it is a 4 again. They're going to get a column of choice. That's a 4-9 for Sano, so he's going to see a pitch he could possibly grip and rip on the 4-9 off the Gibson card. Strike 3 looking. Set him up with a fastball. Got him looking with the curve. Another K for Gibson, and that's his second strikeout. So 1 out, no 1 on, and here comes the left-handed batting Kenny Vargas, the switch hitter batting lefty off the right-handed throwing Gibson. Vargas batted .500 off Denny McLain. Will he do the same against Gibby? Gibson rocks and fires to Vargas, looking for the 2-4, and he gets the 2 column. Again, Gibson is not hitting his spots. So this is a 2-8 off the Vargas card. 2-8. Vargas hoping it will be great on the 2-8. It shall not be great, because that is strike 3 looking on the curve once again. Gibson strikes out the first 2 men here in the bottom of the second. 2 outs, base is empty. Gibby now has 3 Ks. And here is Eddie Rosario. Rosario batted .500 off of Denny McLain. A double with an RBI. Left-handed batter. He's looking for the 2-4 column. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Rosario, and it is a 1 column and a 10 off the Rosario card. 1-10 by Gibson. And he goes the other way. Line drive. Shannon leaps in the air and makes the catch at third. Side retired. 1-2-3 go the Twins in this marvelous pitcher's duel. Ken Castro's joined us in the chat. Hello, Ken. Sports writer extraordinaire from the great state of Rhode Island. And joining us, the man who has come over to the dark side with Out of the Park Baseball 19 and loving it, ID Gesture. Thank you for joining us in the chat. Check out that fine channel, ID Gesture. All things are possible on ID Gesture's channel. So check him out. Check out Clinton Parks for some retro baseball play using Out of the Ballpark 19, another convert to the dark side. Also National Pastime 3. As Clinton says, what's up, all you sexy peeps? Due up for the Cardinals, Javier Edwards and Dahl Maxwell, Julian Javier, batting .333 in the project, no home runs, 5 ribbies. He is looking for a 4-2 column. Santana looks in at Castro, nods his head. Here's the pitch to Javier, and Javier is going to get a pitch to look. No, he's not. That's a 3. I apologize. It'll be off the Javier card, 3-6 from Santana. And that's going to be a ground ball to Polanco over to Mauer, 1 away. Here comes the designated hitter, Johnny Edwards. Edwards is hitless in this project, 0 for 4. He has walked once, struck out 3 times, left-handed batter, facing the right-handed thrower, Ervin Santana. Santana kicks and fires to Edwards. Edwards looking for the 4-3 column. Instead, he will get a 1 column and an 11. It's a 1-11 to Johnny Edwards. And he'll pop out to Castro, the catcher, for 2 down. Base is empty now. And Dahl Maxwell steps to the plate, .258, no home runs, 3 ribbies. Right-handed batting shortstop. Infield, outfield, straightaway and normal for the Twinkies. Santana picks up the sign from Castro. Castro sets the target. Here's the pitch to Dahl Maxwell, looking for the 1-4. Instead, he will get a 2 column and a 7. A 2-7 to Dahl Maxwell, 2 outs. Base is empty on the 2-7 by Santana. And Maxwell battles Santana for a walk. Inning stays alive. And top of the order, Lou Brock, is 0 for 1. Maxwell 1 through 14 base runner. Mauer's playing behind him. Brock awaits the Santana offering. Here's the pitch from Santana, and that is a 4. Column of choice for Brock. 4-6 to Lou Brock. Maxwell will be off on contact on the 4-6. And there is no contact because that's a swing and a miss on the fastball. Strike 3, side retired, bottom of the 3rd. And we have quite a pitcher's duel going here. It's scoreless. And due up for the Twins, their bottom of the 3rd of their batting order. Polanco, Castro, and Buxton. Polanco was 0 for 3 off Denny McLain. The only person Denny McLain was happy to see come to the plate. He's looking for the 3-4 column. Here's the pitch from Gibson to Polanco, and it is a 5 and a 10 off the Gibson card. 5-10 from Gibby to Polanco with love. And that's a fly ball out to left as Polanco goes the other way. Brock comes in, makes the catch. 1 down. Jason Castro, the catcher for the Twins, steps to the plate. He was 0 for 4, another favorite of Denny McLain. Actually, he was not 0 for 4. I stand corrected. He batted .250 off Denny McLain. He just didn't have any doubles, triples, or home runs. Castro, left-handed batter, looking for the 4-3. Here's the pitch to Castro from Gibson, and it is a 3 column of choice for Jason Castro. So that is a 3-10. 3-10 to Castro. And Castro works a walk off Gibby. So 1 out, 1 on. The number 9 batter, Byron Buxton. Buxton was 0 for 4 off Denny McLain. Castro 1 through 10 base runner. Cepeda playing behind him. Maxville and Javier hoping to turn 2 up the middle. Gibson peers in at McCarver. Nods his head. Here's the pitch to Buxton. He's looking for the 3-4, and he gets a 6 column and a 10. You do not want to be on the 6 column of the Gibson card. Batter's pure death. 6-10. Ground ball to short. Can Maxville make the play? And that is a 10. So Maxfield fields it smoothly and will shuffle the ball to Julian Javier covering second. And that's Deuces Gone Wild. That's 2-2-2. And that is a 6. Side retired on the force out at second. Maxfield to Javier. Actually, that's a double play. Ball inning over. So that goes 6 to 4 to 3, excuse me, as that went Maxfield to Javier to Cepeda. So Gibson induces the double play ball. Now the inning's over, and we go to the top of the 4th, still scoreless. Due up for the Cardinals, Flood, Maris, and Cepeda to face Ervin, Santana. Flood is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to Flood. And Santana deals Flood a 4-10. Column of choice for Flood, so he's ready to grip and rip on the 4-10 by Santana. And he works a walk. Flood, a very dangerous base runner. 1 through 16. 60% chance of stealing. Second, Maurer holding Flood on. Here's Roger Maris. Maris is 0 for 1. Maris looking for the 2-4 column. Flood not going anywhere. Takes a slight lead. Santana rocks and fires to Maris, and Maris gets a 6 column off the Santana card and a 9. That is a 6-9 to Roger Maris, coming to an end of his career. And Maris hits this ball hard, and that is a 16. So Maris drives this ball hard. As he jumps on that fastball, Buxton racing back in center field at the track, reaches up and makes the catch. Quickly retreating back to first base is Flood, 1 down. Maris just missed his pitch. Now bring up the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. He is 0 for 1. Flood takes a lead at first. Maurer still holding him on. Here's the pitch to the baby bull from Santana, and it is a 1 column and a 10. A 1-10 to Santana. From Santana to Cepeda. And Cepeda sends the ball the opposite way to right. Kepler goes back a bit, makes the catch, 2 away. So 2 outs. Flood at first will be off on contact. Tim McCarver, the catcher's 0 for 1, the left-handed batter, digs into the batter's box. He awaits the Santana offering, and here it is. McCarver looking for the 3-4. Instead, he gets a 1-12. 1-12 off the McCarver card. And that's a ground ball to Sano. He throws to Mauer's side, retired. Bottom of the 4th, still scoreless. Due up for the Twins, the top of the order. Dozier, Kempler, and Maurer to face Bob Gibson. Gibson's gone 3 innings, 1 walk, no hits, 3 strikeouts. Dozier is 0 for 1. He struck out the first time against Gibby. Gibby rocks and fires to Dozier, and that is a 3-10. 3-10 to Dozier. Column of choice, so he's going to have a pitch to look at on the 3-10 from Gibson. And he hits this ball high and deep, and That is a 3. So he puts a jolt into this ball as he jumps on that fastball, and that's deep to left. Brock looks up, and it is gone. Upper deck for Brian Dozier. Gibby gives up a gopher ball, 1-0 Twinkies. As the fans here in Minnesota go wild. Can they do to Gibson what they did to Denny McLain? And here comes Max Kempler. Mr. Kempler, don't dig in too much. Gibson is incensed on the mound. That's his first hit he gave up, and it was a gopher ball, 1-0 Twins. Kempler's 0 for 1, looking for the 2-4 column, and angry Bob Gibson rocks and fires, and it is a 6. He comes back with a vengeance. The 6 column is pure death on hitters. 6-2. And as I say that, Kempler jumps on a fastball, and that's a 5. And Kempler drives that ball to right, and Maris just looks up, and that's bye-bye birdie out of the ballpark. Kempler, back-to-back jacks by Dozier and Kempler, and it's 2-0. Bob Gibson and the Cardinals are in shock as the Twinkies are doing what they did to Denny McLain to Bob Gibson right now, beat him like a piñata. And here comes Joe Mauer. Mauer's 0 for 1. McCarver goes out to have a word with his angry pitcher on the mound. McCarver now back behind the plate. Mauer is 0 for 1, looking for the 1-4 column. I can't believe he homered off the Gibson 6 column. Kempler did. Here's the pitch of Joe Mauer. Let's see if they go high and tight. And it is a 1-10 to Mauer, a 1-10 to Joe Mauer from Gibson. And they do go high and tight, and he walks them, sending a message. I don't know if that was smart by Gibby, though. So he walks Mauer, still no outs. Mauer's at first, being held on by Cepeda. 1 through 12 base runner. Here comes Miguel Sano. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time against Gibson. Cardinals looking to turn 2 up the middle. The windup and the pitch to Sano, looking for the 2-4 column. He gets the 4 column. The Twinkies are hot. That is a 4-5 off the Gibson card. And that's a single to left. Oh, my Lord. Gibson's being hit hard. Mauer goes 90 feet and stops at second. As in the chat, Ken Castro says, Max Kempler, German-born. That's a good trivia question. How many German-born Major League Baseball players are there? So Mauer's at second, Sano's at first, still no outs, 2-0 Twins, thanks to the back-to-back jacks from Dozier and Kempler. And here comes Kenneth Vargas, he's 0 for 1. Switch hitter batting lefty, the DH, looking for the 2-4 column. Gibson looking for a double play ball here. Here's the pitch to Vargas, and it is a 1 off the Vargas card and a 7. That is a 1-7 to Vargas. Ground ball to first. Cepeda has it. He throws to Gibson, covering the bag for out number 1, but advancing to second and third are Sano and Mauer. And with 1 out, they recommend the infield play in. I don't like that. I don't want a bigger inning than we need. I believe Gibson could strike out the next few batters. So we're going to play our infield normal. No infield in. Rosario's 0 for 1, looking for the 2-4 column. Gibby's got to bear down here. Cardinals trail 2-0, 1 out, 2 on. Here's the pitch to Rosario, and it is a 3 column off the Rosario card and a 6. A 3-6 from Gibson to Rosario. Can he limit the damage here on the 3-6? Swing and a miss! Strike 3, fastball outside corner. And Rosario went fishing on the swing and the miss, and that's strikeout number 4. That's why we don't play the infield in with Bob Gibson on the mound. So 2 outs. And here comes the shortstop, Jorge Polanco. He is 0 for 1. Mauer's at third. Sano is at second. They will be off on contact with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Jorge Polanco. And Gibson deals Polanco a 2-3, not a column of choice. So a 2-3 to Polanco. Gibby makes his pitch here. Can Polanco fend it off? And he just might. And that is a 10. A 10 to Polanco. Line shot. Javier goes in the air, catches it, side retired, and that saved 2 runs for the Cardinals and Bob Gibson. But the Twins break out on top with back-to-back jacks from Dozier and Kepler and lead 2-0. We go top of the 5th. Cardinals trail by 2. It'll be Shannon, Javier, and Edwards to face Ervin, Santana. Santana's gone 4 innings, no hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Shannon's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Santana to Shannon. Shannon looking for the 3-4. Instead, he gets a 1 column and a 6. A 1-6 from Santana to Shannon. And that's a fly ball to Buxton in center. He's there. He makes the catch, 1 down. Julian Javier steps to plate. He's 0 for 1. Right-handed batting second baseman, looking for the 4-2 column. Castro wiggles the fingers. Santana nods his head. Here's the pitch to Javier, and that is a 6 column and a 6. So Route 66 for Julian Javier. And that's another fly ball out to Buxton. He's been a busy beaver, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Johnny Edwards, the designated hitter, left-handed batter. He's 0 for 1. Love to get a 4 or a 3. Gibson on, who's on deck? I don't remember. Here's the pitch from Santana to Edwards, and it is a 5-5 off the Gibby card. 5-5. 2 outs, base is empty to Edwards. And that's a fly ball to left. He goes the other way. Rosario's coming in. He makes the catch. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0. Twins. Due up for the Twins to face the angry one, Bob Gibson on the mound. Castro, Buxton, the top of the order. Dozier. Castro walked his first time up. He's looking for the 4-3 column. Gibson deals to the left-hand batting catcher. And it is a 2 column and an 8. A 2-8 to Castro from Gibson. 2-8. And that will be a strikeout looking as he paints the outside corner with the fastball. 1 down, and that's Gibson's 5th strikeout. And Brandon Buxton steps to the plate. The center fielder is 0 for 1. He made a fabulous running catch. And he's been a busy beaver out in center. Here's the pitch to Buxton. Looking for the 3-4. Gibson deals him a 4 and a 7. So Buxton will have a pitch to hit possibly on the 4-7 from Gibson. And the only thing he'll hit is the wind. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as he went up and away with the fastball. And that is Gibson's 6th strikeout. Joining us in the chat, Greg Gurecki. Hello, Mr. Gurecki, our good friend from Canada. Hope all is well. What's going on in the Canadian Football League this weekend? Give us our update. So here comes Brian Dozier, 1 for 2. He homered, and then Kepler homered in the 4th. Back-to-back jacks. Can he do it again? 2 outs. Mr. Dozier, be careful. Gibby might plant one in your back. Here's the pitch from Gibson to Dozier. And it is a 4 column. Again, column of choice. 4-10 off the Gibby card. 4-10 to Dozier. 2 outs, base is empty. And Dozier again hits Gibson hard. And that is a 15. A 15. Oh, he just missed his pitch. Fly ball to Brock. He makes the catch. Side retired. Had a hanging curveball. A Gibson mistake, but he couldn't pounce on it like when he hit the fastball for a mile. We go to the top of the 6th. Due up for St. Louis. Dahl Maxville, Lou Brock, and Kurt Flood. The Cardinals trail 2-0. Ervin Santana back out on the hill for the Twins. Maxville walked his first time up. He is a C-bunter. Infield, outfield, straightaway and normal for the Twins. Here's the pitch to Maxville. And Santana deals Maxville a 3 column and a 9. A 3-9 off the Maxville card. 3-9 to Dahl Maxville. And that's swing and a miss, strike 3. Go grab some pine, Mr. Maxville. 1 out. Lou Brock steps to plate. He's a C bunter. Infield, normal depth, though. On deck, Curt Flood. Righty-lefty matchup here for Santana. He's got Brock twice. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Brock. And that is a 1 column and a 9. Santana is really working it today on the 1-9. And that's another strikeout. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Curveball in the dirt. Brock chased. Santana shaking his moneymaker. So 2 outs, base is empty. Corners move in for Curt Flood. He's a B bunter. Sano in at third. Mauer in at first. Can Flood knock it past the drawn-in corners? Santana picks up the sign from Castro. Castro sets the target. Here's the pitch to Flood. And that is a 2 column and a 6. A 2-6 off the Flood card. Not a column of choice, though. 2-6 to Curt Flood. And that's a ground ball to Sano. He throws across the diamond to Mauer. Side retired. Another scoreless inning for Ervin Santana and the Twins. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 2 up for the Twins. Kempler, Mauer, and Sano. Kempler homered his last time up off Gibson. And let's go to the chat. Greg Gorecki with his Canadian Football League update, as I requested. Thank you very much, Mr. Gorecki. Argonauts dropped a game to Edmonton, 16-15 last night. And tonight, Winnipeg Blue Bombers are leading the British Columbia Lions 17-0 at the half. What's new with Johnny Manziel, my friend? Anything, or is he still warming the pine? Here comes Kempler, 1 for 2. He homered in his last at-bat. The windup and the pitch from Gibson. And that is a 1 column and a 10 off the Kempler card. 110 to Max Kempler. And Kempler hits the ball hard once again. And that's a 15. A 15. Line shot right at Gibson. He snares it for the out. That was slated for center field, and great self-defense by Bob Gibson. So 1 out, no one on. Here's Joe Mauer. First baseman's 0 for 1 with a walk, left-handed batter. Mauer digs in. Gibson picks up the sign from McCarver. He kicks and deals to Joe Mauer, and it is a 4 column and an 11. Column of choice for Mauer. He might get a pitch to hit here on the 4-11 from Gibson. Hard hit ball. Cepeda has it. Rushes to the first base bag and steps on it for out number 2. Nice play by Cepeda. Taking 1 step to his left, snaring it, and then racing to the first base bag for the out. So 2 outs, base is empty for Miguel Sano. He is 1 for 2, right-handed batter. Gibson throws the rosin bag down to the mound. Back up on the hill. Looks in at McCarver, nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Sano. And it is a 2-4, a 2 column. So again, Gibson misses location on the 2-4 column of choice for Miguel Sano. Will he get his second hit off Gibby? Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired. We go to the top of the 7th. It is 2-0 Minnesota, due up for the Cardinals. Maris, Cepeda, and McCarver. Ervin Santana, 6 innings, no hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Maris is 0 for 2. Santana wants to stay in a quick rhythm. Here's the pitch to Roger Maris. And that is a 6-6. 6-6 off the Santana card. Route 66, you get your kicks. Ground ball to Mauer. He'll flip to Santana covering the bag. 1 down. Here comes the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. He's 0 for 2. Cepeda looking for the 2-4 column. Castro flashes the signs. Here's the pitch to the baby bull, and Santana deals the baby bull a 5-4 off the Santana card. Will he gore the baby bull, or the bull gore him on the 5-4? Cepeda hoping for more. And this will be a play for the catcher Castro. And that is a 10. This ball is popped up foul. Castro throws off his mask. Will he make the play? That's a 3-3-1, and that's a 7. So Castro will make the catch on the pop out in foul territory from Cepeda, 2 down. Base is empty. Here comes Tim McCarver, the catcher. McCarver is 0 for 2. Asks for time. Santana didn't like that antic from McCarver. McCarver steps back in the box. Here's the pitch from Santana. McCarver looking for the 3-4. Instead, Santana deals him a 5 column and a 10. A 5-10 to McCarver from Santana. Will this be the third and final out of the inning? Ground ball to short to Polanco. And that is an 8. He backhands it. Fires to first. Error check on the throw. That's a 5 and a 4 and a 3. So that is a 12. And Maurer digs it out of the dirt for out number 3 as Polanco ranged to his left backhanded and fired off balance to Maurer's side retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 Twins. We have something special going here with Ervin Santana. And here's the trivia question. Name the last Mariner pitcher to win 20 games. Name the last Mariner pitcher to win 20 games. Well, is it the King, Felix Hernandez? Has he ever won 20? I don't think he's won 20. I think he's won 19. I'm going to say Randy Johnson. So the trivia question, name the last Mariner pitcher to win 20 games. I'm going to say Randy Johnson. I don't think Felix Hernandez has done that. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back for its root. Root for the home team. If they lose, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. All right, one last time with the trivia question. Name the last Mariner pitcher to win 20 games. I think it's Randy Johnson. I don't think Felix Hernandez has won 20 games. What does the chat say? Matt Moore says Greg Gorecki. Ken Castro says Johnson. Jake Cruz has joined us in the chat. How are you, Jake? Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. All right, here's the answer. Matt Moore. Let's see. Jamie Moyer! Oh, my Lord, Jamie Moyer. Slower and slowest, the lefty. He pitched twice with the Red Sox. He won 21 games in 2003 as of 2018. Wow, Jamie Moyer. I would have never got that. Now that I see it, I do recall he won 21 games, or he won 20. He threw a lot of soft stuff. All right, bottom of the 7th, 2-0 Twins. Due up for the Twins to face Bob Gibson. Vargas, Rosario, and Polanco. Gibson had the double hiccup in the bottom of the 4th when Dozier and Kempler went back-to-back jacks. Gibson, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 7 Ks, 2 runs off the 2 home runs. His ERA with this effort is ballooned to 1.60. Vargas is 0 for 2. Gibson kicks and fires to Vargas, and that is a 1 column and a 4. 1-4 to Vargas. 1-4. And that's a ground ball to Maxwell at short. Throws to Cepeda, 1 down. Eddie Rosario steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2, the left fielder. Digs in the left-hander's batter's box. McCarver wiggles the fingers. Sets the target. Here's the pitch from Gibson to Rosario, and that is a 3 column and a 5. That is a 3-5 off the Rosario card. Not a column of choice, though. So Gibby, did he hit his spot? Yes, he did. That's a ground ball to Javier. He knocks it down, picks it up, and throws to Cepeda, 2 down. And here comes Jorge Polanco. He might need a drug test there with those googly eyes. And he is 0 for 2, Polanco. Switch hitting shortstop batting lefty. Gibson looking for a 1-2-3 inning to keep it a 2-run deficit and get the Cardinals to the top of the 8th at bat. Here's the pitch from Gibby to Polanco, and that is a 3 column of choice for Jorge Polanco. So he's going to see a pitch to hit. That is a 3-8 from Gibson to Polanco. And Polanco hits this ball hard and deep. And that is a 20. Will the ballpark hold it? As Polanco crushes that fastball to right center field. Flood going back. He's not going to get there. It's off the wall. Flood quickly retrieves it, throws it back in towards second, but not in time. That is a 2-out double by Polanco. If the Twins can push across this run, I don't know if St. Louis could come back. 3 runs, that's a lot. They don't knock in a lot of runs, St. Louis. And here comes Jason Castro, 0 for 1 with a walk. Polanco 1 through 14 base runner takes his lead from second. 2 outs, he'll be off on contact. Gibson deals to Castro, and that is a 6 column and a 6. So it's a Route 66 off the Gibby card. Usually pure death. And he jams him, and that is a sky-high pop-up. Outfield grass. Javier has it. Side retired. We go to the top of the 8th. The Twins hold a 2-0 lead. Ervin Santana. Box score line. 7 innings pitched. No hits. 2 walks. 4 Ks. He has baffled the Cardinals hitters just as he baffled the Tigers batters of 1968. He will face Shannon, Javier, and Edwards. Jake Cruz in the chat says he's doing very good. Greg Gurecki says, isn't Jamie Moyer 60? I believe he is 60. So here's Shannon. He's 0 for 2. He's looking for the 3-4 column. Santana hoping to stay hitless. Here's the pitch to Shannon from Santana, and it is a 6 column and a 7. It is a 6-7 off the Santana card. To Mike, don't call me Del Shannon. And he battles and works a walk. Tying run comes to plate and Julian Javier. And Javier, against lefties, he's weak, but against righties for power, he's normal, so he can jack one out. And let's just double check that and see if I read that right on the little screen. Against lefties, he's a weak power hitter. Against righties, a normal. So Javier did have 4 home runs in 68. If he jacks one out, we have a 2-2 ball game, and a no-hit shutout, and everything will be broken up. Shannon, 1 through 13 base runner, takes a slight lead off first. Mauer playing behind him, surprisingly. Santana kicks in, deals to Julian Javier, and that is a 5 and a 5 off the Santana card. 5-5. Can they turn 2? They don't have to turn 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Julian Javier was trying to jack it out of Minnesota to the Great Lakes. And that's 1 down, and that's Santana's 5th strikeout. And here comes Johnny Edwards. He is 0 for 2. Edwards is 0 for 6 in the project. Polanco at short says something to the second baseman, Dozier, as now they pinch the middle looking for 2. Santana's ready. He fires to Edwards. Edwards looking for the 4-3 column. Instead, he gets a 1 and a 7, a 1-7 off the Edwards card. Santana making his pitches here on the 1-7. 1 out, Shannon's at first. 1-7. Oh, my Lord, and there goes the no-hitter. As Edwards goes the other way, he drops in the single to left as he fought off that pitch. And 1 through 10, Shannon can try to go to third. He will hold. So the no-hitter goes bye-bye as Edwards singles the other way to left. So Santana threw 6 2/3 innings of no-hit ball. Shannon at second, Edwards at first is the tying run. He is very, well, 1 through 10, to me that's slow. Some people might say average. Let's go to our bench. There must be someone faster. Gagliano 1 through 11. Schofield 1 through 12. Tolan 1 through 16. So Tolan will come in to run for Edwards at first. He now represents a tying run at 1 through 16. Shannon's 1 through 13. 1 out, 2 on for Dahl Maxwell. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. No hitter goes bye-bye. Santana's got to bear down now and try to get the win here. Maxwell looking for the 1-4 column. Little life on that bench with the Cardinals now. 1 out, 2 on. Here's the pitch from Santana to Maxwell, and that is a 6 column and a 7. 6-7 off the Santana card. 6-7 to Dahl Maxwell from Santana. And he works a walk. Santana in a bit of trouble now. And Santana is tired. So bases are loaded. And here comes the pitching coach as Castro goes to the mound. And Maurer goes there with him. And the top of the order, Lou Brock. So the tying run in Tolan is at second. The go-ahead run at first in Maxwell. Tolan, a 1 through 16 base runner. Maxwell 1 through 14. Shannon at third, 1 through 13. Brock is 0 for 3, and he has struck out 3 times. He has the hat trick you don't want. As Jake Cruz is off to work later, guys. Well, have a good time at work. I hope it goes well for you. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. And that's it. They're taking Santana out. So he had a no-hitter for 6 2/3, and he leaves after giving up a hit and 2 walks. And bases loaded with 1 out. And Paul Molitor brings in Matt Belissel. So Belissel, let's check out his card in 2017. 2 wins, 2 losses, 9 saves, 4.03 earned run average. He gave up 7 gopher balls, struck out 54, walked 22. The final, well, not the final numbers, as Santana is responsible for all the runners on base. Santana went what did I say? He went 7 1/3, 6 2/3 of. Is that right? 7 1/3. Well, he went 7 1/3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, walked 4, struck out 5. He is responsible for every Cardinal on base, and the bases are loaded. So here's Lou Brock. Belessel is a right-handed thrower, and Brock has normal power against righties. So he could go grand salami here. Brock looking for the 2-6 column. Belissel kicks and fires to Brock, and it is a 1 and a 4. Off the Brock card, not a column of choice. 1-4 by Belissel to Brock. Ground ball to short. Polanco has it. And the run scores. It's 2-1 as they force out the runner at second. Tolan advances to third. He is now 90 feet away from tying it up. Here come the Cardinals. So runners on the corners, 2 out for Kurt Flood. Flood is 0 for 2 with a walk. Flood has driven in 6 runs. 6 runs Flood has driven in. We'd love to get run number 7 and tie this ball game up. Brock, 90% chance of stealing second. And we're going to send him. I know it's risky. We're sending him steal second. Attempt to steal. And a balk has been called on Belissel. He was very concerned with Lou Brock dancing off the first base bag. And with the balk, the runner from third advances to home. We have a 2-2 ball game. Shannon scores from third. Wait, let's go on this. Wait. That's before. Belissel with the pickoff attempt. A balk has been called. Runners all advance 1 base. So we have a tie ball game at 2 apiece. Holy cow. In the words of the late, great Phil Rizzuto, it's 2-2. The Cardinals have come back to tie it up. Aaron Sheelan's joined us in the chat. How are you? Hope all is well. And Tribes fans joined us. Hope all is good with you too. All right, it's a 2-2 ball game. No hitter goes bye-bye. Shutout goes bye-bye, and the lead goes bye-bye for the Twins. Flood with 2 outs and Brock at second. Tremendous base runner. Base hit should score Flood. Belissel has not provided relief. Here's the pitch. He's provided indigestion to Flood from Belissel, and that is a 2 column. So it's a 2-2. How do you do? To Curt Flood. 2 outs. And this could be a hit for Flood. And that's a 1. Let's see if this should be a hit. And that's a hard hit ball to left. Rosario charges it, -2 arm. They're waving Lou Brock around. Flood will hold. Here's the throw from Rosario. And it's a 2. It's going to be up the line and late. The Cardinals have come all the way back in the top of the 8th, scoring 3, and they take a 3-2 lead thanks to the clutch single with 2 outs by Curt Flood. 3-2 Cardinals. So this inning, the no-hitter goes bye-bye. The shutout goes bye-bye. The lead goes bye-bye for the Twins, and now they trail by 1 with Roger Maris at the plate. He's 0 for 3. Flood at first. Here's the pitch to Maris, looking for the 2-6 column. Matt Belissel rocks and fires, and it's a 2 column for Roger. It's a 2-7 to Maris, 2-7. Flood will be off on contact with 2 outs. And Maris is jammed. That's a pop out to Maurer at first on the outfield grass. Side retired, but not before the Cardinals score 3 runs after being no hit and take the lead. 3-2. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and there's a new energy in the step of Bob Gibson. He's smelling another win. He's always intense, but now he's extra intense with a bit of spice. 2 up for the Twins, trying to tie the game and take the lead back. Buxton in the top of the order, Dozier and Kempler. And if you weren't here, in the bottom of the 4th, Dozier and Kempler went back-to-back jacks off Gibson, and they were monster shots. And that 2-0 lead held up until the top of the 8th. As you just witnessed, the Cardinals scored 3. They take a 3-2 lead. And here's the bottom of the 8th now. Corners in. Buxton is an A bunter. Gibson picks up the sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Buxton, and that is a 6-7 off the Gibby card. 6-7 off the Gibby card to Buxton. And that is a strikeout looking. Could not pull the trigger on the curve. Again, Gibson masterful in working the fastball and using the curve for the strikeout. And that is the 8th strikeout from Gibby. So 1 out, top of the order. Brian Dozier 1 for 3 with a home run. On deck is Kempler, the man who also homered off Gibson. Gibson peers in at McCarver. Here's the pitch to Dozier, and that is a 6-4 off the Gibby card. 6-4. The 6-4 to Dozier. 1 out, base is empty. And that's a fly ball to Flood in center. Excellent fielder. No hits on that range column. And that's a 4. What normally might be a hit is not. As Flood goes racing for the ball. Will he make the catch? Here's the error check. 5-2-1, and that is an 8. And Flood will make the running catch. As Dozier drives this ball to dead center field, Flood makes the catch for out number 2. Great jump by Curt Flood. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Max Kempler. He's 1 for 3. He homered on the back-to-back jacks back in the 4th. 1 swing of the bat, and Kempler can tie it up. Left-handed batter. McCarver wiggles a finger, sets the target. Gibson rocks and fires to Kempler, and that is a 3 column off his card, but not a column of choice. A 3-7 to Kempler. 3-7 to Max Kempler. And Kempler battles Gibson and works a walk, tying run at first. 1 through 14 base runner Take care, Aaron. Thank you very much for stopping by. So Kepler's at first, 1 through 14. Here's Joe Mauer. Mauer's 0 for 2 with a walk. Mauer looking for the 1-4 column. And Kepler can't get the lead. He'll stay put. Good job by Gibby and Cepeda, holding Kepler on. Now full attention goes to Joe Mauer. Again, Mauer looking for the 1-4 column. Tying run at first in Kepler. Go ahead run at the plate in Mauer. Not known for his power, though. Here's the pitch from Gibson to Mauer. And that is a 1. Column of choice for Mauer. A 1-6 to Joe Mauer. With 2 outs, Kepler will be off on contact. 1-6 to Joe Mauer. And Mauer will get a hit here. And that is a 12. It's going to be extra bases, it looks like, as Mauer drives this to the gap. Actually, down the right field line. Maris won't get there. And they're going to wave Kepler around. 1 through 13. We're going to throw for the lead runner. 14 or better, he is out. Maris throws to Javier, the cutoff man. Javier pivots and fires to McCarver at the plate. Wrong set of dice, Al. And that is a 2. We have a tie ball game as the throw is late. And it's 3-3 as Kepler scores all the way from first on the Mauer clutch 2-out double. And it's 3-3. So they're denying Gibson a win for now. And here comes Miguel Sano. Gibson stares at the dugout knowing you better not send out a coach. Sano's 1 for 3. Mauer 1 through 12 base runner. Can Sano knock Mauer in and give the Twins the lead once again? They've tied it up here after giving up 3 in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Sano looking for the 2-4 column. Instead, he gets a 3-9. A 3-9 from Gibson. 3-9 to Sano. Strike 3 looking. Side retired, but the Twins tie it up. As Mauer doubles with 2 outs and Kepler scores all the way from first, we go to the top of the 9th, tied at 3 here in Minnesota. And Matt Belisle is back out on the mound. He coughed up the lead. Can he hold the tie for now and get to the bottom of the 9th? Due up for the Redbirds, Cepeda, McCarver, and Shannon. As Ken Castro says, LOL, Aaron, it's all good, right? Well, if Aaron left, I don't know what I said about Belisle, but good night, Aaron. I don't think I said anything wrong. Anyhow, here's the pitch to Cepeda, 0 for 3. Belisle rocks and fires, and Cepeda gets a 4 column and a 7. So a 4-7. And Belisle works a walk, gives up a walk as Cepeda works the walk. Go ahead run at first. 1 through 13 base runners, 70% chance of stealing second. McCarver is 0 for 3. McCarver's a D bunter. B hit and run, though. Belisle's a +3 when it comes to holding. We're going to play hit and run here with McCarver. 27% chance of putting the ball in place, 17% chance of missing the pitch. Here's the pitch. Hit and run is on. We have to roll the single die now. We need a 4, 5, or 6. We get a 6, so it's a hit and run opportunity. Now we roll the 2 red, so it's a 6 on the white die. And a 12. 12s are usually not good. So a 6-12. So a 6 and a 12 on the hit and run. It's going to be a ground ball right back at Belisle. Cepeda is going, so it should not be a double play, hopefully. And that's a 3, as that's going to get through. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. And that's a 5-6-2. So that's a 13. So on the hit and run, McCarver hits the ball up the middle. And Cepeda should go first to third. Belisle is tiled. How does Cepeda not go first to third and a ball hit up the middle on a hit and run? My God, it's a hit and run. I don't understand Strat-O-Matic baseball. Hit and runs are like absolutely useless. Why even call them? It's a hit and run. The guy's off on contact. He's off before contact. What am I saying? So McCarver singles on the hit and run. Cepeda somehow only goes 90 feet. So first and second, no outs. Belisle's tired. And here comes Mike Shannon, 0 for 2 with a run scored. And that's it for Belisle. And here comes Tyler Duffy. And Duffy, in 2017, 2 wins, 3 losses, 1 save, 4.94 earned run average. Gave up 9 gopher balls, struck out 67, walked 18. Cardinals trying to take the lead right back. Top of the 9th. Shannon's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Duffy's a right-hander. Shannon's a right-hander. Here's the pitch to Mike Shannon. Cepeda's at second. McCarver's at first. And that is a 5 column off the Duffy card. 5-6. Can they get a double play ball on the 5-6? It's a fly ball. Left field B. Rosario to his right makes the catch. Cepeda bluffs but does not go. So 2 outs. Probably should have bunted. I didn't bunt because Shin has 15 home runs, but I probably should have bunted. So 1 out. Cepeda's at second. McCarver's at first. And here's Julian Javier. He is 0 for 3. Clinton says, I'm ignoring the S. It's silent. Well, they shouldn't put it in. And he's out of the game. We don't have to worry. And if that's what upset Aaron, that's kind of sad. So, have a good night, Aaron. So, Cepeda's at second. McCarver's at first. In fact, if that upset that person so much, you know, never mind. You know what? Just don't come back to the channel. Seriously. All right. Cepeda's at second. McCarver's at first. And here's Julian Javier. Chance to put the Cardinals ahead. Top of the 9th. 1 out. The windup and the pitch from Duffy. Javier looking for the 6-5. Instead, he gets a 3 column and a 10. It's a 3-10. And Javier hits this ball hard. And it's an 11. Javier will come through in the clutch, as that's going to be a base hit to center. 1 through 11, Cepeda scores. Tolan's on deck. He's the DH. We'll hold all runners. Base is loaded. 1 out. Here comes Bobby Tolan. Cepeda, the go-ahead run at third, 1 through 13. McCarver, 1 through 12 at second. Javier, 1 through 16. Infield in. Bobby Tolan, his project, is batting 167. No homers, no RBIs. Boy, would it be big for Tolan to pick up his first ribby here and give Bob Gibson, the Cardinals, a 4-3 lead, possibly more. Tolan, left-handed batter, batted .230 in 1968, 5 home runs, 17 ribbies. Twins sticking with Tyler Duffy. And no, they're not. Mollinger will bring in Taylor Rogers. So it's a lefty-lefty matchup, and Tolan has weak power against lefties. He's an even batter, though, so he hits lefties equally as well as righties when he does get a hit. And we're going to let Tolan. We really don't have much on our bench. I mean, Gagliano is batting. What's his average? 0. He doesn't have a hit. Schofield, 0. Davis, 250. Struck out 5 times, but he is a 4L, so he hits lefties pretty good. Spezio, 125. He's a 2L. So Davis will come in to pitch it for Bobby Tolan. So here's Ron Davis. Ron Davis in 1968 batted .203, 1 home run, 17 ribbies. He's a weak power hitter, whether against lefties or righties. Bases loaded, no place to put Ron Davis. Rogers readies himself, looks in at Castro, gets the sign. Castro sets the target. Here's the pitch to Ron Davis. He's looking for the 1-6 column. Instead, he gets a 2-9. He needs to drive this ball somewhere in the outfield to try to score Cepeda. It's a 2-9 from Rogers to Davis. 2-9. And he hits nothing but air as he watches the ball go by. Strike 3. He doesn't even swing. 2 outs. Bases loaded. It's up to Dahl Maxville. And Maxville is 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Cardinals will take a bases loaded walk. It would mean he would push a run across in a 4-3 lead. Maxville looking for the 6-1 column. Taylor Rogers looks in, nods his head. Castro sets the target. Here's the pitch to Dahl Maxville, and it is a 2 and a 9. 2-9. Looks like the Twins might get out of this. 2-9. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Runners will be off on the pitch. On contact. 2-9 to Dahl Maxville. Hard ground ball to Polanco. He flips to Dozier at second. Steps on the bag. Side retire. The Cardinals squander bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 9th. And it's a 3-3 ball game. Bob Gibson back out on the hill. Cardinals guarding the lines in the infield and outfield. No doubles defense. Due up for the Twins, Vargas, Rosario, and Polanco. Well, Aaron doesn't have to come here anymore. You know, you can leave. You know, so whatever. Again, I just look over at the chat. I'm going to tell you something. When I go in people's chats, I never say anything rude or that can be misconstrued. That's just me. Whatever. So when I look over and I see someone spelling the name, right? And then I read just kidding. Okay, I don't know what's going on. If someone doesn't want to come here, don't come here. If you don't like the game someone's playing or me, don't watch it. Leave. You're more than welcome to do that. But leave, bye. Goodbye. Furthermore, if you don't want, don't come back. It's not like I'm a huge channel. I don't care. All right, here's the pitch to Vargas from Gibson. Vargas is 0 for 3. Gibby deals Vargas a 3-7. I think I'm really polite, and I interact well with the chat, I think. But, we can get rid of the chat if I want, right? We'll do that. Everyone seems to like fast anyway. Go fast. People. People are some of the worst people, that's for sure. Alrighty, so it is a 3-7 to Vargas from Gibby. 3-3 ball game, bottom of the 9th on the 3-7. Oh, Vargas gets a single to center. Guarding the lines didn't help that. Cardinals get some bullpen action up. And here's Eddie Rosario. He's 0 for 3 off Gibson. Here's the pitch to Rosario trying to induce a double play ball. And that is a 4-8. A 4-8. Not good. A 4-8 Oop, that's 9. 4-8 to Vargas. And he has a possible single as he strikes this ball hard. 1 through 12. And he gets a 12! Sinking line drive. And that drops in front of Maris. And Vargas holds up at second. And here comes the pitching coach. And McCarver to the mound. Let's look at our bullpen real quick. What's it, Washburn? No, who's the guy who's got the saves? Horner, that's the guy. 17 saves, 1.47. He's a lefty. Polanco's a switch hitter. Then we have a lefty. Gibson says he wants to stay in. Gibby's going to stay in. He will win it or lose it right now. Here's Polanco, 1 for 3 with a double. All right, it's up to Gibby. He wants to stay in. He's staying in. The windup and the pitch to Polanco, looking for the 3-4. Winning run at second. Vargas 1 through 9. And it's a 5-5 off the Gibson card. 5-5. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blew the heater by him. That's Gibson's 10th strikeout. And here comes Jason Castro. Again, the winning run at second. Rosario's run means nothing at first, though they would love to swap the runners. Rosario 1 through 14. Vargas 1 through 9. Castro 0 for 2 with a walk. Horner is ready. But Gibson's got him twice. He struck him out once. He did walk him once. Castro looking for the 4-3 column. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch. And Gibby deal. Ah, son of a bitch. I don't know what that was. 6 and an 8. So it's a 6-8. Gibby deals a 6-8 to Castro. Line drive at Javier. He makes the catch. He throws to short, but Vargas gets back. As Maxville throws to second, as Maxville was closing. So 2 outs now. Gibson 1 out away from taking this game into the 10th. And here comes Brian Buxton. He's 0 for 3. Gibby has struck him out twice. Gibson deals to Buxton looking for the 3-4 column. It is a 2-6 instead. 2-6. And he strikes him out looking. And that's Gibson's 11th K. We go to the top of the 10th. They stuck with Bob Gibson. And now he has brought them to extra innings. And it'll be Brock, Flood, and Maris. The Twins guarding the lines. Lou Brock 0 for 4. He does have an RBI, though. He's a C bunter. He's going to be swinging away. Rogers deals to Brock, and that is a 3 and an 8. A 3 column and an 8 off the Brock card. 3-8. Ground ball to Polanco. He's up with it at short. Throws to Maurer. 1 down. Kurt Flood 1 for 3 with a ribby. He's looking for the 1-6. Castro sets the target. Rogers deals to Flood, and that is a 3. Off the Flood card, not a column of choice, though. 3-3, what will it be? We shall see on the 3-3. What it will be is a ground ball to Sano. He knocks it down, picks it up, fires low. Maurer digs it out at first, 2 down. So Roger Maris steps to the plate. Maris 0 for 4. Maris only had 5 home runs in 68. That's a huge drop-off. Coming to it, I believe that was his last year in baseball. 45 ribbies. Maris looking for the 2-6 column. The windup and the pitch to Roger Maris. And Rogers deals Maris a 4 and a 6 off the Rogers card. 4-6 to Roger Maris. And that will be a swing and a miss, strike 3. We go to the bottom of the 10th, tied at 3. Gibby still on the mound. Horner's ready. Top of the order, Dozier, Kempler, and Maurer. Dozier and Kempler went back-to-back jacks in the bottom of the fourth. Well, Gibby wants to stay in. He's staying in. Here's the pitch to Dozier. And that is a 6-5 to Dozier off the Gibson card. 6-5. Swinging on this, strike 3. Gibson looking for that extra juice. Blows the fastball by Dozier. That's strikeout number 12 now. Here's Max Kempler, 1 for 3 with a home run. Again, they went back-to-back jacks in the bottom of the fourth, Dozier and Kempler. If Kempler hits one out, the ball game's over. Gibson peers in at McCarver, gets a sign. He kicks and fires to Kempler, and that is a 6-7 off the Gibby card. Gibby, 6-7 to Kempler. And that's a fly ball to center. Flood going back a bit, makes the catch, 2 down. Kempler had a pitch he could hit, but missed it. So 2 outs, bases empty to the man Joe Maurer, who tied the game up with a 2-out double in the bottom of the 8th. Gibson's ready. He deals to Maurer, and that is a 1-6. And Gibson has served up a pitch for Maurer to hit on the 1-6. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 10th. And Maurer again strikes this ball well, and that is a 6. And Maurer will pick up his second double. The winning run will be at second as Maurer hits that ball to right center field. Flood chases it down, throws it back in, but too late. The winning run is at second base, and here comes Miguel Sano. Sano has struck out 3 times. He's 1 for 4. Base hit could win it here. Best arm in the outfield for the Cardinals, Roger Maris, -2. Sano, 1 for 4, looking for the 2-4 column. Here's the pitch from Gibson to Sano. He gets a 4 column and a 6. So a 4-6. 2 outs, Maurer will be off on contact. Does Sano win it here, or do we go to another inning? That's a 19! Line drive right at Shannon at third. Side retired. We go to the 11th. 3-3. Due up for the Cardinals, Cepeda, McCarver, and Shannon. To face Taylor Rogers. Rogers has gone 2 innings. No hits, no walks, no runs, 2 strikeouts. Cepeda's 0 for 3 with a walk. Here's the pitch to the baby bull. He's looking for the 2-6. Roger deals Cepeda a 4-11 to the baby bull. 4-11. Top of the 11th, 3-3 ball game. Ground ball to Polanco at short. Over to Maurer. 1 away. Tim McCarver's 1 for 4. Left-handed batting catcher. Here's the pitch from Rogers to McCarver, and that is a 6-8. 6-8 column of choice for McCarver. Will he do damage on the 6-8? 1 out, no one on. Top of the 11th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The only damage done by McCarver was to his pride. So 2 outs, base is empty, and here comes Mike Shannon. Shannon 0 for 3 with a run scored. He had 15 home runs in 68. He'd love to send 1 yard here. Castro wiggles the finger, sets the target. Taylor Rogers kicks and fires to Shannon, and that is a 3 column of choice for Shannon, and a 5. It is a 3-5 to Mike Shannon. 2 outs, base is empty, top of the 11th on the 3-5. And Shannon hits this ball down the left field line for a double. What happened there? That should have been a double, no? $3-5. Let's go to the Shannon card. 3-5. Did I click the wrong button? 3-5. I must have clicked the wrong button. 3-2. Ground ball to third. Yep. Okay, so I, by accident, did not click the 5, so let's... That play is wrong. Alright, so let's edit, undo last play, because it was a 3-5. See that? 3-5. I must have went... Yes, undo last play. Alright, so let's do this. 3... And I must have went to click the 5 and didn't really click it. That has happened to me before. 3-5. Again, 3. 3-5. And that's a double. That's going to be a gapper to left center. So Shannon, the go-ahead run at second with 2 outs, and here's Julian Javier. Javier's 1 for 4. He's looking for the 1-6 column. And they walk Javier to get to Ron Davis. Not a bad move there. Davis does hit lefties. He's 0 for 1, though. He struck out. All right, chance for Ron Davis to be a hero. And they're going to Kinsler, the righty. And he destroys left-handed batters at 6L. And now we will counter that. Not like we have anyone good on the bench. Phil Gagliano will come in to pinch hit. Will he get his first hit of the project? We shall see. Phil Gagliano in 1968. He'd go on to play for the Red Sox in the early 70s. Batted .229 and 105 at-bats. No home runs, 13 ribbies. In the project, well, Phil not doing so well. He is 0 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. Shannon at second, Javier at first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Gagliano, looking for the 2-4 column. I didn't give you Kinsler's numbers. Oh, son of a... All right, that don't count. I wanted to hit undo last play. Yes, okay. Let's give you Kinsler's numbers. Kinsler 4 and 3 with 29 saves, ERA 3.3. Striking out 39, walking 16, gave up 5 gopher balls. Now here's the pitch to Gagliano, looking for the 2-4 column. The windup and the pitch from Kinsler, it is a 1 and an 11. We're going to go to the bottom of the 11th, still tied. 1 and an 11 to Gagliano. Let's see what it is. Ground ball to Polanco. He flips to Dozier. They force out Javier. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 11th. And Bob Gibson, oh God, out on the mound still. This will be his last inning. Cardinals guarding the lines, playing no doubles defense. He'll deal Vargas, Rosario, and Polanco. Vargas 1 for 4. He's looking for the 2-4 column. Here's the pitch from Gibby. And it is a 1-5. Gibson still rocking and rolling on the 1-5. And that's another strikeout. He gets him looking. Strikeout number 13 for Gibson. Here's Eddie Rosario, 1 for 4. McCarver goes through the signs. Here's the pitch to Rosario, and Gibson deals Rosario a 3-11 off the Rosario card. 3 and 11. Fly ball to left. He goes the other way. Brock coming in a bit, makes the catch, 2 down. Gibson 1 out away from taking it to the top of the 12th. Jorge Polanco 1 for 4 with a double. Left-handed switch hitter, batting shortstop, batting lefty. Here's the pitch to Polanco, and Gibson deals him a 4, column of choice in a 12. Can Polanco do damage on the 4-12? Ground ball to Cepeda at first, and that is a 12. Cepeda fields it cleanly. Will throw to Gibson covering the bag. And that is a 5-3-1, a 9 inning over. So Cepeda throws to Gibby covering the bag. We go to the top of the 12th, tied at 3. I don't know if I can come back with Gibson another inning. We're going to go until he's tired, folks. Due up for the Cardinals, Maxville, Brock, and Flood to face Kinsler. Maxville's looking for the 1-4. He's 0 for 2 with 2 walks. The windup and the pitch from Kinsler. And it is a 1 column to Maxville. It's a 111. He's going to see a pitch he might grip and rip on. And he hits this ball hard. And that's a 16. Not hard enough. So that's a 16. And that's a hard hit ball to Sano. He knocks it down at third, picks it up, and fires to Mauer for out number 1. Twins playing no doubles defense. And here's Lou Brock 0 for 5 with a ribby. He is struck out 3 times. The windup and the pitch from Kinsler to Brock. And that is a 3-8 to Brock. 3-8 to Lou Brock. Ground ball to Dozier. Over to Mauer, 2 down. Kurt Flood 1 for 4 with a ribby. Will now face Brandon Kinsler. Here's the pitch to Flood. And it is a 3-8. Oh, not a column of choice, that's for sure. Off the Flood card, 3-8. Fly ball to center. Buxton will make the catch. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals. Great job by Brandon Kinsler. We go to the bottom of the 12th. Gibson still okay. He's not given the tired sign yet. And he will face Castro, Buxton, the top of the order, Dozier. Here's the pitch to Castro, who is 0 for 3 with a walk. Gibson deals Castro a 3-3, and it's a column of choice for Castro. Will he pick up his first hit here in the bottom of the 12th in a 3-3 ball game? Threes are wild. And he has a shot here. He hits the ball well, and that's an 18. Gibson living the life of Riley right now on the 18. As he lines out to Javier, right at Julian Javier at second. He's still hitless. So 1 out, no one on. The number 9 batter, Buxton. He did have 16 home runs in 2017. He's 0 for 4 today. The windup and the pitch from Gibson to Buxton, and that is a 6-9 off the Gibby card, 6-9 to Buxton, 6-9. Ground ball to Maxville at short, and that is a 3. Oh boy, it's a range play. Maxville's going to make a dive at this. We don't know if he gets the play. Let's see if there's any error though, and that is a 17. And, oh, that's going to be bad. Maxville makes the dive, pops up, throws the ball away, and Buxton will wind up at second. The winning run is at second base with 1 out. Dozier's at the plate. Kempler is on the on-deck circle. Gibson just glares at the dugout. He's staying in this game. Dozier 1 for 5 with a homer off Gibson. He can win the ball game here. And if the Twins do it, they would beat McLain and Gibson back-to-back. The only team to do that so far. Here's the pitch to Dozier. Buxton, excellent base runner, 1 through 17. He will score on a hit most likely. And that is a 5-8 off the Gibby card. 5-8, 1 out. Buxton, the winning run at second. Tremendous speed. 5-8. Dozier hoping for it to be great. Ground ball to Julian Javier at second. That's a 7. I thought it was a 1 for a second. It's a 7. And it's not a sure thing. That's a range check. We don't know if Javier will get to the ball. Here's the error check. That's 555s. That's a 15. And that's going to be an error. I believe this ball game could be over, folks. Javier knocks it down from his knees. He throws the ball away. And Buxton scores. Ball game over on the error. Back-to-back errors by up the middle. Maxville and Julian Javier. And Bob Gibson is incensed. You can just see the glare from Gibson as he slowly strides from the mound, an angry pitcher. The Twins win 4-3. They beat McLain and Bob Gibson back-to-back. Bravo, hats off to the Twins. Wow, on back-to-back errors by Maxville and Julian Javier. Gibby could have easily been to the top of the 13th, but the errors cost him his second loss. as now Gibson is now 7 wins, 2 losses, 1 no decision after 10 starts. Wow. That is a bizarre ending. Let's get the box score. Holy cow. That was a bizarre ending. Gibson goes the distance, gets the loss. Never tired, though. That was incredible. Let's fit to the screen. Alrighty. Well, Bob Gibson went 11 1/3 innings. He's now 7-2. The Cardinals are now 8-2 in 10 starts. Again, Gibson 7-2. He had 1 no decision, and the Cardinals did win that game. The bullpen blew that game. So 8-2 of the Cardinals after 10 starts. Gibby 7-2. Bob Gibson went 11 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs. Only 3 of them were earned. The last run was not earned. 3 walks. He struck out 13. He gave up 2 gopher balls and back-to-back jacks by Dozier and Kempler. Minnesota defeats McLain and Gibson back-to-back. They'll face them again, once in Detroit and once more in St. Louis. Santana went 7 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 3 runs, all of them earned, walked 4, struck out 5. Belisle blew the save. I think that's what that means. Blew the save. He went 2/3 of an inning. 2 hits, 1 walk. No earned run. How did he blow the save? He must have got... If he didn't... Oh, he gave up the inherited runner. So he blew the save. Duffy 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit, no runs. Rogers 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk. He struck out 3. And Kinsler picked up the win, an inning and a third of perfection. Zeros across the board. Player of the game. That's a tough one. Do they give us player of the game? I'm going to have to say it's got to be off the winning team. Dozier and Kempler for back-to-back jacks, and Kinsler for the inning and a third of perfection and the win. Those are the players of the game for the Twins, who again defeat McLain and Gibson in back-to-back games. Lou Brock was 0 for 6 with a run scored. He did have a ribby. Flood 1 for 5 with a ribby. Maris 0 for 5. Cepeda 0 for 4. McCarver 1 for 5. Shannon 1 for 4 with a run scored. Javier 1 for 4. Edwards 1 for 3. Tolan walked and scored a run. Davis 0 for 1. Gagliano 0 for 1. And Dahl Maxwell 0 for 3. The Cardinals 41 at-bats. 3 runs, 5 hits, and only 2 ribbies. Minnesota, Dozier 2 for 6, a run and an RBI and a home run. Kempler 1 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI. He had a home run. Mauer also has to be MVP. We got 4 MVPs. I have to spread it out here for the Twins. He was 2 for 4. He tied the game up in the bottom of the 8th. 2-out clutch double. Sano 1 for 5. Vargas 1 for 5. Rosario 1 for 5. Polanco 1 for 5. Castro 0 for 4. Buxton 0 for 5 with a run scored. Minnesota 43 at-bats, 4 runs, only 3 of them earned, as the back-to-back errors end the ball game and give them the victory over the Cardinals. 43 at-bats, 4 runs, 9 hits, 3 ribbies. So up next will be a Denny McLain start. I don't know when, but it'll be up next in this project. Then we go back to, Gibson. So, alrighty. Thank you for joining me in the chat. Hope you enjoyed. Health and happiness. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. All that great stuff.